What is up, guys? I got an Inside My Mind gameplay for you here. I think I go 18 and 3. It's ranked Gondola TDM. Now, I am using a Lancer, single weapon loadouts, but many of you probably know already that there's been a bit of an update for the game, so we're going to see things like classic loadouts implemented across all game types and stims removed across all game types except for, I think, free-for-all. And overrun, obviously, but actually this is more of a massive update, which is really good because I think given the way Gears Judgment's been going, we need some good news, and it's nice to know Epic Games is listening. But I will save my thoughts on that for another commentary. I thought I'd mention it here because it's basically going to change the way everybody thinks when they're playing the game, because we're all going to have different tools to work with. But for this particular game, I only have a Lancer and a pistol, and most people rock shotguns for single weapon loadouts, which is something I'll talk about a bit into it. So the first thing I want you to notice going into the breakdown of this gameplay is that I'm going to give myself high grounds here, and no one's going to attack me, and all I'm going to do is point and shoot. And the beauty part about playing a support role in Judgment is you can actually pick up a lot of kills because there are no downs. So you can see nobody is going after me, and that's mainly because they're distracted by my teammates, and I put myself on an elevated area, so it's going to take them a little bit of extra time to come after me, especially if they're running from the bottom. So that was a really good place for me to set up, and no rifle players firing back at me because so many people use shotguns, so that leaves me unmatched, which is really good. Height advantages are huge for rifle users because it can allow you to finish up other people's kills or stick with your own guy, but you're going to see I'm going to swing around the map here and just reorient myself so I can try to get a better shot. I have a shotgun because I picked one off of a shotgun user, and I guess it's more applicable for free-for-all now, but with so many people using shotguns, it's easier to find a shotgun on the floor than it is a rifle. If you rewind there a bit, I could actually see where that guy was going to go depending on his shadow, which is a nice little trick to know, but now I'm in a really bad spot. But I'm able to squeeze one kill before I die, which is always nice because I was not going to get out of that situation alive. I pull out my pistol thinking there's a breach. I have a bad habit of doing that. And I think I'm going to go to flamethrower in a second, but it's not going to go down well. I inked, but it was a bad ink, and now I'm going to back up. This wall you see here is a very popular wall to mantle over, and the Scorcher got in my face and picked me off, so I was off to a bit of a rough start there. Ink grenades are a really good combination with the Lancer just because it denies them a certain area, which can save your ass. Pushka wasn't up, so I'm going to run to the top. With Gondola, it really feels like you're running up a giant escalator sometimes, which pisses me off, but it can be a little bit easier to actually get to the top alive if you have a rifle because you can fire back at anyone you see. So you can see I was covering my teammate there, and I pick off a Torker who thinks he's safe to continue firing. And I want you to notice I pick up the new Torque first so I can quickly pick up the ammo for the other Torque. I think if you do it the other way around, you'd have to pick up both just because it's a fresh new weapon spawn. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have the right idea here, trying to pick off this guy running up, but my aim is going to be off, and I think I'm going to fire off two Torques in a second. He's going to get in my face, so I'm going to have to run. You really have to be mindful of the area between your opponent and yourself when you're using a rifle, but I got lucky there and I was able to put him against a wall with an ink grenade, which set me up for a nice easy spray down since I had right hand. And you're going to see I get in close again, but I'm just going to have to bail out because I do not have the right weapons to be fighting up close. So, and I'm actually going to bail to my teammates because I'm still in a bad spot. I don't know if I'm getting flanked or not, so I just back up. And I am being chased, but Torque Bow comes in handy here. The Torque Bow time is reduced from 2 seconds to 1.5 in the update, I'm pretty sure, which was the active reload time for Gears 3. If you check the link, I'll probably link the thread so you can read all the changes if you're not somebody who really keeps up with all them. It'd be good to read. And you could see before I was just helping my teammate suppress. This boom shield guy just camouflaged in. I did not even notice him. But I'm actually pretty hesitant to go up against boom shields. I don't know, maybe bad experience. So I just back off and grab an ink from an ammo box, which you don't get grenades from ammo boxes, I don't think, anymore. Or maybe you just don't get one if you already have one. I'm not sure. But I'm happy about that, and you're going to see why. I think, yeah, right here. So I have this guy really weak. He throws a grenade. I push him thinking I can clean up, but he had a second grenade. So it'll be nice when only one grenade is given to each person in most cases, because spamming grenades is just, it gets under my skin. I'm stuck under at the very bottom of Gondola again, which is not where you ever want to be unless you're going for Bushka, but I just run up to Torque unchallenged. Here's another common theme you see in the gameplay. I put myself on an elevated area. Shotgun users have a choke point they have to go through if they want to come at me, which at that point I can bail out easy, or I can spray them down, which is a really good spot to position myself. Once everybody has rifles, that probably won't be the case because they can just point and shoot you just as easy as you can point and shoot them, and you are out in the open. But for this game play here, it was a pretty good spot to choose. I went in to help my teammates after they went in first. If you have a rifle, you do not want to be the first guy into the fight. You want to be at the very back because you can't afford to have people putting pressure on you. I actually get a nice reaction shot here with the Bushka. Not reaction shot as in the shotgun shot some of you are familiar with. It was just a really good reaction time. As soon as I get some of my health back, I help my teammate here. And here's a good point to illustrate what I was trying to say. That guy went for the shotgun user instead of the rifle user. If you're ever in a 2-on-1 where you have somebody spraying you with a rifle and somebody shooting you with a shotgun, I would advise going for the guy with the rifle first, because you can always wall bounce and maneuver really heavily with the shotgun user. If you're wall bouncing and moving around against a rifle player, they have a constant spray of fire, so they're going to get off continuous shots, which is really not good. It's going to make you lose your focus, and you're still going to take damage. So I think it's always smarter to go for the rifle player in most cases if you can. I'm going to go for Torque Bow here, and I have to critique myself. I charge right away thinking I'm going to be able to get off a shot. That is not the case, so I'm sure a lot of you have a bad habit of just charging one bow right away when you get it. This is going to be less of a problem too when the Torque Bow is reduced from a 2-second charge to 1.5 seconds, which is another small change they're making, which is good. It'll compete a little bit better with weapons like the sniper. I cross here. As soon as I think I can't get off enough damage, I try to use the Torque Bow, but I should have just stuck with my Lancer because the charge takes too long. I get really lucky here and I strafe, and I guess this guy gets nervous, and my shotgun teammate here cleans him up for me, and you can just see all the damage points I got off that guy, which just goes to show that I'm still helping out a lot. I think you're going to see a deja vu moment in a second here. I'm going to go back in there with my teammates, and I'm going to mantle up. And then once again, nobody is going to attack me, which just puts me in an amazing spot. And I don't know, I was laughing in my head here just at how easy things are made. But I will say, critiquing myself again, I was so overwhelmed by the amount of targets I could choose, I didn't stick with one. Sometimes sticking with one is a good option instead of trying to shoot everything you see, just because you'll help your team out more in the long run. This guy with the boom shield is outnumbered, so we're just going to go in for the kill, and I think I get it very easily. And you're gonna see the last couple kills here in a sec, so it is actually wrapping up very fast. And I think it's gonna be behind me. I'm gonna get one easy spray down kill just because of the distance between my opponent and myself. And man, I freaking love the ink grenades. I don't want to use any other grenade but an ink grenade anymore. And there's the second last kill. I would have got the final kill, I think, but my teammate actually ends up getting it before I do. This guy was just super weak. And I guess that's going to be the gameplay. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and expect some more videos soon.